Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to our first pay-per-view of 2021 in my TEW WWE mod. We are on the road to Wrestlemania. We are at the Royal Rumble. We are in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Metrodome, for which should hopefully be a big pay-per-view. Now, the first thing I will say, as you probably noticed with 6 female athletes is on the pre-show, is that we don't have a Women's Royal Rumble. That was a decision made because I'm probably going to have a multi-women main event match at main card match I should say, at WrestleMania, so you can't really have a winner that's going to challenge for a title if you're going to have a multi-person match. So there'll be a couple of women's matches on the card, and yeah, hopefully overall it's a really good pay-per-view. So we'll crack on with it. We have a little feud that's been developing on the Women's Revolution show, which has been Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan and Mandy Rose. A little faction going there. Didn't want to call them the Riot Squad because Ruby's not the main person on it. So they've basically been attacking Ali Flair and obviously her cousin Charlotte. A bit annoyed in this game as well. We're losing both Dana Brooke and Ali Flair both to pregnancy, so they've been about for an extended period of time. But the show must go on. So we had a decent pre-show match that saw the team of Ali Flair, Charlotte and Bayley defeat Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan in 12:03 when Bayley defeated Sarah Logan with the Rose Plant. Charlotte carried the match as to be expected to a B-76. Liv Morgan off her game, but everyone with pretty good performances. Ruby's getting there, and Charlotte of course with 89, head and shoulders above everyone else. Also at this moment in time, we also had on one of our Women's Revolution shows the team of Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan defeat Candice LeRae and Toni Storm for the Shine Tag Team Championships. A couple of worker improvements, Ruby Riott in Rumble, Sarah Logan in Performance, but overall, nice little opening to the show. And next up, we just had some guys not making the full card or in the Rumble itself. It was a decent pre-show match that saw the team of Noam Dar, Drew Gulak and the Young Bucks defeat Apollo Crews, Roderick Strong and the Masters of Wrestling in 10:05 when Matt Jackson defeated Roderick Strong by pinfall with a moonsault. A B-76 here. Roderick's leaving the company in a month's time. I'm not going to renew his contract. I've just never had anything for him. So the Bucks are going to get a little push going forward, so we give them the win. Had these pretty good performances, maybe not Apollo Crews. No skill improvements. And yeah, a few negatives. Chris Hero mostly, Apollo Crews a lot as well. Overall, I'm fairly happy with that. It says it's just a case of getting these people on the show to give them some sort of morale. So we start with the main show, and just a hype video for all these participants in the Royal Rumble, hyping up their chances. Who's going to be the man that goes on to face a world champion at WrestleMania? Have we got the Velveteen Dream? Is it going to be Dean Ambrose? Seth Rollins? Could it be Daniel Bryan? Could it be Samoa Joe, who's been on a bit of a roll lately? Could it be The Miz? Could it be the returning Chris Jericho? He's one of our guest entrants today. He's signed a 1-year deal. Just going to give him chances. Or could it be the phenomenal AJ Styles? Regardless, it gets the show off to a strong start, gets the crowd hotter. And A93, a couple of people benefit from being off script, a couple of people not quite as comfortable. But overall, the Rumble storyline advances. And Daniel Bryan, we're changing his gimmick. He is now going to an everyman gimmick, which was average. Cool. So we start the show with the Cruiserweight Championship on the line, and it was a good matchup that saw Chad Gable defeat King Neville in 10:46 by pinfall, making his 4th defence of the Cruiserweight title. B80, solid. Crowd got hotter from it. Gable win 85, Neville with 76. Continued their storyline. Gable improving Rumble skills is good as well. A couple of negatives there, but realistically, as I say, Neville's been putting people over. He will get another big run eventually, because he was so good in basically creating the overness of the Velveteen Dream. So we're hoping to hoist him back into the Cruiserweight division. As I say, it's quite a stacked division, and hopefully he can have some good matches there. Next up, we had the European Championship on the line. A decent matchup. Saw Mojo Rawley surprise Jason Jordan in 13:37 with a handful of tights. during the match with Killian Dane distract Jason Jordan, and as I say, that allows Mojo Rawley to win the European Championship. So B78, Jason with a much better performance than Mojo, but the reason, as I say, we've went with this is, of course, Mojo's kind of aligned with Fergal Devitt, Triple H, Killian Dane, and it feels like, this alliance is probably going to help him in terms of winning some gold, and he has here, and hopefully that can certainly elevate him. So it's a decent matchup, considering it also was our storytelling match of the day. Next up, we had a triple threat match for the World Tag Team titles. It was about that had great wrestling and good heat. The Golden Lovers finally get their revenge, defeating Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt and the team of Elias and Aiden English in 2042. First gone were Elias and Aiden, then it was Braun and Bray, meaning the Golden Lovers win the WWE World Tag titles. This point was only a B79. I was hoping, as I say, these three teams could have carried it into the A's, but regardless, it gives Kenny Omega some gold in the WWE, and yeah, just a good spotlight for all three teams. As I say, Braun's just been dominating people. Bray was injured, so a lot of matches have just been really Aiden English, versus Omega, Kota Ibushi, Elias, and the like. Just really having they kind of matches, and then Braun beat people up. But apparently, it's because the storyline had low heat, so that's probably cost it from being an A-rated match, which realistically it should have been. But overall, still fairly happy with that. And new tag champs, of course. And after it, we have a celebration of Omega and Ibushi to a B+87. So they bask in their moment of glory. We then have Sasha Banks cutting a promo for the matchup for the Women's Championships. I say she's been on a roll last year. And in A92 here, the storyline starts because it was quite last minute who was going to take place in it, but she's basically saying she's going to beat Becky Lynch, she's going to beat Dana Brooke. She's got no idea why Dana Brooke's the top woman in the world, best wrestler in the world, and she's going to show that she's the best. But then also, if Dana cutting a promo just saying that she believes it to be her, do you know what I mean? She's going to retire, or as I say, at least take a break from wrestling and be champion when she goes for her pregnancy. So that's a 889. The storyline advances, and she came out looking good. And the match itself was phenomenal, excellent. It has worked out. About that had superb wrestling and good heat. Saw Sasha Banks defeat Dana Brooke and Becky Lynch in 2003, when Sasha defeated Dana with the Banks statement by submission. Sasha makes the fourth defence of the Women's Championship. Very good Dana 89. It was a case of Dana's going to be putting people over before she goes away. But three great performances: 86, 90, and 89. Just absolutely fantastic from these ladies. And as I say, yeah, the likes of Charlotte into the mix. You had Paige. It could honestly see some good matches going forward. Next up, Roman Reigns says he's going to face Kofi Kingston for the World Heavyweight Championship. Kofi got lucky defeating him. He get lucky beating Seth Rollins, and he's going to take his title back tonight and go into WrestleMania as champion. So that's a A91 for the big dog. Storyline continues to go on. It advances. Roman came across as a huge star as well. And we get a little hype video just documenting that storyline, also to an A91. And the match itself was exceptional. Roman Reigns defeats Kofi Kingston in 2029 by pinfall. Roman again wins the World Heavyweight title. As I say, it was good to have Kofi as champion, but he's not going to be somebody you're going to have as champion going into Mania. He's a nice transitional champion. It was good to give him that opportunity. But A89, match suffers from psychology, so it makes you wonder if it had the wrestler with the psychology start there, how good it could have been. But two good performances, but Roman stands tall. Next up, we had the Royal Rumble match. As I said, I didn't put this as the main event, purely on the basis of Rumbles just never ever seem to get a good rating, so a B80 kind of reflects that. So our combatants in the Rumble was Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Aleister Black, Andreas Cien Almas, Baron Corbin, Big E, Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Gran Metalik, Johnny Gargano, Killian Dane, Marty Scurll, Pete Dunne, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Rusev, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, Shane Strickland, Shelton Benjamin, Switchblade Jay White, The Miz, Tommaso Ciampa, Velveteen Dream, Will Ospreay, and Zack Sabre Jr. So a fairly stacked Rumble, but it was about to have good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. And it saw the Velveteen Dream win the 2021 Royal Rumble. Other members of the Final Four were Daniel Bryan, Johnny Gargano, and Dean Ambrose, with Daniel Bryan being the final elimination. Samoa Joe got the most eliminations, and your Iron Man was Johnny Gargano, so really try to push Gargano in this match. Velveteen Dream wins the Rumble title, so he is going to WrestleMania to face one of our champions. Just what a year it's been for the Velveteen Dream. I just felt like it was the best guy to put forward as the winner. So a B80. Ziggler's getting better at his gimmick. Dunn's getting stale. Rey Mysterio debuted the fan favourite gimmick. That's cool. A couple of storylines advance. Losing heat. A lot of skill improvements. Good to see a couple for Daniel Bryan in there, but a lot of guys improving Rumble in performance. So that's good to see. Obviously there's going to be a lot of pros and cons here, but because of the amount of wrestlers, as I say, Rumbles are still not as over as they should be. So that's why it is further down the card. Still 2 matches to go, but well done, Velveteen Dream. Next up, we've got a promo for John Cena, A91, as he hypes up the match against Fergal Devitt. To sum up this match, as you know, obviously, there's been a lot of times where Fergal Devitt and his cronies have taken John Cena out of competition. They attacked him after his world record 17th title run at WrestleMania last year. So it's a feud that's been going on for pretty much a year. The stipulation here is it's triple threat. There's Devitt, it's Cena, it's Bo Dallas. If Devitt retains, Cena and Bo cannot get a championship opportunity as long as Fergal Devitt is champion. So A91, this could pretty much kill John Cena's career, and let's see how the match itself will go down. Get the hype video first at A89. Match was also on A89. This seems to be a regular occurrence for today, but it was about to have fantastic heat and great wrestling, and it sees Devitt defeat Cena and Bo Dallas in 22-23 when Fergal Devitt defeated John Cena with a flying double stomp. So he beats him clean and makes the first defence of the WWE Championship. So Cena was a weak link because of his age. Cena visibly tiring at the 22-minute match. 95 for Devitt and 93 for Bo Dallas. Bo improves Rumble skills. You can see there Cena's stamina, declining physical ability, and the fact we made it a slow-paced match shows, you know, that the declining physical ability has certainly hurt Cena. And after the match, Cena's shown backstage just distraught. You know, he's not going to be able to challenge for that 18th world title. We'll then get ready for our main event match, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The Usos are saying this is their time. You know, fed up, you know, of the amount of times they've came close or other teams have gotten in their way when they're going to become tag team champions. Yep, the tag team championships is their main event, so this is going to be their time to show Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just how good they are and welcome them to the Uso Penitentiary. And as expected, these two teams are just phenomenal together. And about they had sensational wrestling and great heat. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeat the Usos in 2018 when Kevin Owens defeated Jey Uso by pinfall with a package piledriver. KO and Sami Zayn make their 11th defence of their WWE Tag Team titles. A-star 98, fantastic. 96 for Sami, 97 for Jimmy. Kevin Owens and Jey Uso both with 100 performances. I had to do one more match between them because these two teams have just simply been absolutely outstanding. Unfortunately though, to end the show, because it's Jey that's taking the pinfall, Jimmy just decides, nah man, I'm done, I've had enough of this, and attacks his brother. Meaning the Usos are actually going to be split up going into our February pay-per-view, and Jey Uso is now going to be a babyface. End show. A94, so pretty decent. Well, any show that's on A is a really good show, but I always try and aim for the best. But yeah, overall, very good show. Disappointing, as I say, with the Rumble rating, but that was to be expected. But it just shows that we can still have an extremely stacked card, despite having so many participants in the Rumble. It leaves us with a lot of questions going forward. You know, what's next for John Cena? What's next for Bo Dallas? Who does the Velveteen Dream face at WrestleMania? I mean, is Roman going to be a champion going in there? What next, as I say, for even for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? What next for Fergal Devitt? But next for the women's division, it's just so many questions, and I think we're in a really good position going forward into, of course, No Way Out and the Elimination Chamber, and then WrestleMania. So it will give props to, I think it's got to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and we'll give it to Jimmy since he's the one that didn't turn. So compliment him, I'll just go with the basic compliment, and I don't want to, go through him because usually everybody does have a very, very solid performance, and this will take us into February, so we'll get a gist of where we're at going forward in terms of, as I say, exactly how many weeks we've got to build. I think it might just be 2 weeks build to the Raw event and then 3 for the SmackDown. So let's see anything here that affects us. No, I've signed a new gen graduate. That's cool. One thing I will say, which I didn't mention previously, is the show gets fantastic reviews. If I just go to dojos, we now have the Good Brother dojo in Japan and the Lucha Zone in New England as well. So I just made a few dojos just to try and get some more newly generated wrestlers through. I haven't actually used any that have come through so far, like the Viola Muscles. I've just kind of jobbed her out. How do you feel about newly generated wrestlers? Do you use them? Let me know how you guys do with them. So I say I've never done it before, so I'm a bit iffy with it. A few people with morale issues because obviously a lot of people missed the Rumble card. That's cool. That's why we've got that much money in the bank, so we can give them a little bit of a boost, give them a bonus to keep them happy. 16 million profit, so we did lose a little bit, but as I said, I did spend a lot on workers and the like last month, so that's cool. So we get 2 months and 3 weeks before Dana's away to maternity leave, 2 months and 2 weeks for Ali Flair. So we can basically write both off at WrestleMania. Let's have a look in here though. National battles, finish first in USA, Mexico, Canada and Japan. Good, good, good. Dragon Gate want Roddy, that's cool, and want Sami Callihan, that's cool, both of them are going. Need to trim the roster some way. Apollo's unhappy. 5.22 pay-per-view. 10 grand drug testing, that's fair, it's a full roster. So Devitt likes Switchblade. Ospreay doesn't like Ali Flair, she doesn't connect. Oh, Shane Strickland doesn't like Killian Dane. Roman Reigns doesn't like Raquel Diaz. Samoa Joe doesn't like Sarah Logan. John Cena likes Switchblade. Velveteen Dream doesn't like Sarah Logan, so already he's so over that he can give these opinions, which I find is crazy. And yeah, another one for Switchblade, so I think Jay White will get a good push. If we just look at him, the Velveteen Dream, 90 over, maybe not as over as much in the likes of Canada and Mexico, but over in the States, and as I say, it's just been a hell of a great push. Just can't falter it, so he will be main eventing, or not main event, at least in a world title match at WrestleMania. Haven't of course decided the main event, so that's cool, we can delete all of them. We're in a good position. I just want to quickly look there. Top 5 guys now are Ambrose, Reigns, Devitt, Orton, and Seth Rollins. So we've got a schedule. February sees, yep, 2 weeks for No Way Out. It's not Elimination Chamber, sorry, it's Fastlane. So SmackDown gets the pay-per-view first in 2 weeks, so that's good. And then Raw finishes in the 3rd week of February. Give me a 5-week build to WrestleMania. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Rumble. Let me know what you thought. Predictions please for the WrestleMania card. As I say, who do you think faces the Velveteen Dream? What other matches and what predictions have you got for it? As I say, if you've used a newly generated wrestler in your save, how did you find it? How did you book them? Do you feel awkward or is it something you're quite comfortable with? Let me know. And as always, any likes, shares, subscriptions, all that jazz are deeply appreciated. You can follow me at 21 Maxwell, and of course keep an eye out on the Fantasy Bookers subreddit for some of your other bookers there, and the Grey Dog Software forums. And of course, if you haven't sub button will pop up on screen, as well the playlist for all 100 plus episodes in this series so far. So cheers for watching, guys. Take it easy, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you next time for WWE No Way Out. Bye bye.